All right, what's happening, everybody? Welcome to Easy Money, a sports betting show, Friday, January 6th, 2023. I got pretty good slate of games today in the NBA, and you got some college basketball. And of course, we're going to talk NFL for Saturday and Sunday, and then got college football championship game on Monday. So, got a big weekend of sports coming up. I'm Chris Gonzalez, joined by my dad, Tony Gonzalez. How's it going?
I'm going pretty good. Not bad at all.
Oh, what's going on? Hypocrisy Jones joining us.
Man.
But no, first off, got great news about DeMar Hamlin. They've took out the breathing tube. He's can talk. Looks like he's going to make a pretty good recovery if the trajectory keeps going the way it is. But he's got to talk to his teammates and everything. So from the way it looked on Monday night, and then for now to get the progress he's made to now, that's just, to me, has been almost unbelievable. It's been he's recovered pretty quick, and hopefully it keeps going in that direction.
Yeah, definitely hope so. Keep praying, thoughts and prayers out there. I just showed you a story, and I'll touch on that real quick. Former Browns running back, he was also on the Madden cover a few years ago. Peyton Hillis is currently in critical condition after saving his kids from drowning in the ocean. That was yesterday. He is in critical condition, like I said, but he is showing signs of improvement. But he does dealing with lung and kidney issues. Saved his two kids from drowning, so a pretty great thing, and hopefully he'll pull through and be all right. So definitely prayers and wishes out to him and his family.
Oh yeah, definitely. I hadn't seen that story yet until you told me about it just a few minutes ago. That's man, that'd be crazy. I couldn't imagine.
Well, we had that pro wrestler
that passed away,
saving his son out there in California, if I remember correctly, a few years ago. So a couple years, 2 or 3 years ago.
How'd you do on your picks yesterday? You doing any good?
Okay. I went 5-4, 2-1 in the NBA, 2-1 in NHL, 1-2 in my college basketball. Just didn't cover my spreads. The teams won, but they didn't cover the spreads.
I went 6-2 yesterday.
That's a lot better than the day before.
Oh yeah,
I had a real bad day.
I had it every day this week. I've done good except what have been Wednesday.
Yeah,
man, Wednesday killed me. But last night I was 3-1 in the NBA, 3-1 in college, and 3-1 in college basketball. Only game I lost in college basketball was Indiana, and they fucking blew that game. They were up 28-4 at one point in the first half.
Really? I didn't realize that.
It was led by let them get back in it in the first half, and end up at the end of the first half scoring a couple of buckets, made it a 10-point game at halftime, and they ended up by 10.5. And in the second half, they fell apart. Let them right back in the game, got down, and that Gardo, Shavino, he played good last night, filling in for real good last night, filling in for Xavier Johnson. Xavier Johnson didn't play. It was also Jackson Davis's first game back after missing a couple games because of a back injury, and there was 3 or 4 times during that game you saw him reach down and grab his lower back. So
that's not good news.
And he played a hell of a game, but he's not healthy.
What you know how long Xavier Johnson's gonna be
out? I'm not sure. Not sure on that, but yeah, he was out last night. So I was 6-2. That makes me 17-14 on the week, all because of Wednesday. I was having a great week till Wednesday, but I don't know what happened on Wednesday. Well, I know what happened. It was looking good early. Yeah. That was the thing that Wednesday night. I was looking at the scores while I was watching the Pacer game. I'm like, okay, my picks are doing good. And then by the end of the night, they all lost.
That's where I was last night. It was looking real good. I thought, man, I'm gonna go 8-1 or 7-2, and it fell apart.
But all right, we'll start in the NBA. Then we'll jump in. We'll do the NCAA basketball for today, and then we'll jump into the stuff. And I know you have NHL and stuff. We'll do the stuff for today, and then we'll jump into the NFL. For Saturday and Sunday. You have the Chicago Bulls at the Philadelphia 76ers. The Sixers are 4-point favorites, minus 180 on the money line. Over-unders at 231. You get the Bulls at plus 152 on the money line. I think it's going to be a good game. Bulls are coming off a big win the other night.
Yeah, man. They who was it, the Nets?
Yeah,
Yeah, they
Nets
just beat the crap out of.
beat the Nets into the Nets 12-game winning streak. So could this be a letdown game? It's on the road at the 76ers. So I like this. I would like the Sixers at the -4 in that game. I ain't gonna lie, I didn't have that one wrote down as one I was going to take, but I talked myself right into that one. But then I like the next game is the Portland Trailblazers at the Indiana Pacers. Pacers are 2-point favorites, minus 122 on the money line. The Trailblazers are plus 104 on the money line. Over-unders at 237. I like the Pacers in this game. Pacers have won like 4 games in a row at home. They did lose on the road the other night in a game that they should have won. They were up by 4 with like 30 seconds left, turned the ball over 2 times in a row, and the game went in overtime and they ended up losing. So they let one slip through their hands the other night. But I like this Pacers team that they're playing good ball. So I like the Pacers on the money line at the minus 122. And then the next game is the Brooklyn Nets at the New Orleans Pelicans. The Nets are 4.5-point favorites, minus 178 on the money line. The Pelicans are plus 150 on the money line. Over-under for this game is set at 231. I like the Brooklyn Nets in this game on the money line. You can get them on the money line at minus 178, or I like them at the minus 4.5 as well. Either way, the Pelicans have a lot of injuries right now. Ingram's out. Zion Williamson's out. So it's not – I mean, they're still a pretty good team, but they don't have all their weapons right now. And the Nets have been playing good basketball, 12-game winning streak, and then, of course, they did just lose. But I like the Nets on the minus 4.5 or on the money line in that game. Next game is the New York Knicks at the Toronto Raptors. The Raptors are 3.5-point favorites, minus 166 on the money line. The Knicks are plus 140 on the money line. Over-unders at 217. Damn, that's a low over-under for an NBA game these days. Yeah. I like the Raptors because they're at home. I think this will be a close basketball game, though. But if I was going, this isn't one of my picks. I'm not going to be giving this game out as one of my picks of the days. But if I was going to make a pick on this game, I'd go with the Raptors at the minus 3.5, minus 3.5 at home, or the minus 166 on the money line. Either way, if you take the minus 3.5, you get a little bit better juice. You get at minus 110. And I like the over the 217. You don't see many NBA games under 217 anymore very often. Then you have the Charlotte Hornets at the Milwaukee Bucks. The Bucks are 10-point favorites at home, minus 460 on the money line. The Hornets are plus 360 on the money line. Over-unders at 232. I like the Bucks in this game at home, but the Bucks do have some injuries. I think 10 points is too many points. That's what keeps me away from that game. But what I do like in this game would be the over the 232, because both these teams can put up points. So I like the Hornets and Bucks over the 232 would be my, if I was going to bet on this game, that'd be my pick for this game. Next game, you have the Washington Wizards at the OKC Thunder. The Thunder are 1.5-point favorites, minus 116 on the money line. The Wizards are minus 102 on the money line. So this game's close to being a pick 'em. Over-unders at 231.5. I like the Thunder in this game. They're at home. Gilchrist Alexander has been playing real well. I think the Thunder are a little bit better team than the Wizards. Plus, they're at home. I like the OKC Thunder on the money line in this game. Next game would be the Detroit Pistons at the San Antonio Spurs. The Spurs are 1.5-point favorites at home, minus 118 on the money line. The Detroit Pistons are even money on the money line. Over-under for this game is set at 236. This is going to be a good game. I think both these teams are about even. Pistons, I've been playing better here as of late. I like the Pistons here at the even money on the money line is what I'd go in this game. Or the under the 236 would also be, I think, would be a good pick in that game because neither one of them teams have great offenses. Cleveland Cavaliers at the Denver Nuggets. This should be a real good game. Nuggets are 5.5-point favorites, minus 210 on the money line. The Cavs are plus 176 on the money line. Over under is at 221. Excuse me. I think it's going to be a real good game. The Nuggets are right there as the best team in the West. Jokic is having another MVP type season, but the Cavs are a good team too. Donovan Mitchell just coming off a game with 71 points. They got some good guys around him there. I think the Cavs are going to be a contender in the playoff this year as well. So I think it's going to be a real good game. I like Denver at home, but the 5.5 scares me a little bit. So this one I'm probably going to stay. I'm going to stay away from on the spread. But what I like in this game would be over the 221. Then you have the Los Angeles Clippers at the Minnesota Timberwolves. The Timberwolves are 4.5-point favorites, minus 184 on the money line. The Clippers are plus 154 on the money line. Over under for this game is at 224.5. Excuse me. I think it's going to be a good game, but I kind of favor the Clippers here at the plus 4.5 on the road. Clippers are pretty healthy other than John Wall's out. Minnesota can struggle on offense at times. They got the two big guys there with Gobert and Anthony Towns. But the way the Clippers have been playing, I kind of favor the Clippers here at the plus 4.5. Miami Heat at the Phoenix Suns. The Suns the Heat are 2-point favorites on the road, minus 134 on the money line. The Suns are plus 114 on the money line. Over under for this game is set at 214. I like the Phoenix Suns here at home. You're getting them at plus 114s. You're getting good value. I watched the Heat play the other night. They lost a close game. They're not a bad team. They're a pretty good team. I just think the Suns at home are going to be a little too much for them, even with some of the injuries they have. So I like the Suns on the money line. And then last game of the night in the NBA, you have the Atlanta Hawks at the Los Angeles Lakers. The Hawks are 2.5-point favorites. They are minus 134 on the money line. The Lakers are plus 120 on the money line. Over-unders at 242. The Lakers are without Anthony Davis still with that stress fracture in his foot. LeBron missed the game for being sick, but I think he'll be back for this one. The Hawks have kind of just not been consistent. I thought with some of the moves they made in the offseason, they'd be a little better than what they have been. But I do favor the Hawks here. I know they're on the road, but I like the Hawks at the minus 2.5 would be what I would go with in this game. That's all the NBA. My picks of the day in the NBA, what I like the most is the Pacers on the money line, Brooklyn Nets minus 4.5, OKC Thunder on the money line, Phoenix Suns on the money line, and the Hornets and Bucks over 232. That's going to be my NBA picks for today.
Yeah, I got a parlay for the NBA for tonight. I got the Clippers at the Minnesota Timberwolves. I'm going to take that under 224.5. I'm going to go with the under there. I got Cleveland plus 5.5 at Denver. And I'm going to take Atlanta at the Lakers. I'm going to take the Lakers plus the 2.5.
Taking the Lakers.
Atlanta, like I said, has been...
Yeah, Atlanta's been up and down a lot. And the Lakers have been playing a little bit better here as of late, too.
A little bit.
College basketball, wasn't like a real big slate of games, especially of like bigger schools. I do have a couple games that I like. Akron at Ball State. Ball State's a 2.5-point favorite at home. I like Ball State on the money line at the minus 134. And then you have a Penn against Cornell. Cornell's a -3.5 point favorite. I like Cornell at the -3.5. That's going to be my picks for today's college basketball.
Okay, I've got a college basketball parlay for tonight. I got Western Michigan at Toledo. I'll take Toledo -16. I got Oakland at Western Michigan. Oakland at Northern Kentucky. I don't know why I said Western. Western Michigan was before that, but again, Oakland at Northern Kentucky. I'll take Northern Kentucky -6.5, and then I got Princeton at Columbia. I'll take Princeton -11.5.
All right. Do you have hockey?
Yes, I have a hockey for tonight. I've got the Nashville Predators at the Washington Capitals. I'll take the Capitals money line win. I've got the Florida Panthers money line win at the Detroit Red Wings, and I've got the New York Islanders money line win at the Calgary Flames.
All right. Now that takes us over to the NFL, I think.
Got the NFL, and then we got college football for Monday if we want to go and do that.
Yeah, I mean, we can talk a little bit about it, but we'll give out our final picks for on Monday.
Okay.
But we can talk a little bit about it. But NFL got a couple Saturday games and got a full slate of Sunday games. Week 18, last week of the regular season. NFL decided that they're not going to restart the Cincinnati Bengals and Buffalo Bills game for Monday night. So now they're doing this. Depending on how things happen this weekend, they're going to do maybe neutral site games and might be a coin flip to decide who's a home team on one game. It's going to be a little different this year on the AFC side of the playoffs, but we'll know more after this weekend exactly how it's going to work out. But they're talking about doing neutral site games if it's like the Bengals against the Chiefs or the Chiefs against the Bills, they'll do neutral site. Since all three of them still could have had a chance to maybe get that number one seed, but since they're not playing that other game, it's kind of puts everything in a tough situation. I thought the better option would have been to move everything back a week and not have 2 weeks before the Super Bowl. Yep. But I guess that wasn't what they wanted to do, or they decided that I think what they decided was this way that they're doing it affects 3 or 4 teams. And then doing it the other way, you're affecting everybody. But I think to me, it's more fair if it affects everybody. You know what I mean? Than just them 3 teams, because it wasn't nobody's fault. It was just a freaking nature accident. Did you guys hear about Peyton Hillis? Dad actually just talked about him a little bit ago.
Yeah, I just did right at the start of the show.
Yeah, that's crazy. So yeah, hopefully he comes through. So hey, keep Peyton Hillis in your thoughts and prayers. Same thing with DeMar Hamlin. I know DeMar Hamlin's been making looks like good progress, but hopefully that keeps in that direction.
Well, they said the Hillis wasn't critical, but was getting better, but some better, but he did have some kidney and lung issues. So hopefully, prayers out to his family and him, and hopefully he can pull through this and saved his 2 boys, out there in the ocean. So. It's awesome that made that sacrifice, and hopefully he can pull through and still be there for his family, I hope.
Yeah. Okay, NFL, we got the Kansas City Chiefs at the oh no, you're good, man.
Good. Hey, no problem.
Yeah, Kansas City Chiefs at the Las Vegas. Oh, what am I saying? Las Vegas Raiders. Be the Saturday at 4:30. The Chiefs are 9.5 point favorites on the road. -450 on the money line. The Raiders are +350 on the money line. Over-unders at 52.5. I think the Chiefs win this game, but Raiders have played the Chiefs well, but you also have to remember it's going to be Stidham playing quarterback, not Derek Carr. I know Stidham played pretty good that first game, but now there's a little more tape on him, so I think defense might be a little more prepared. Like I said, I think the Chiefs win this game, but 9.5 to me is a lot of points, especially in a division game. I'd like to see this get up to 10. If it got up to 10, I probably would take the Raiders at the +10.
I'm gonna take the Raiders. I'm gonna take the point.
I'm taking that 9.5. I'm right there where I want to, but what I favor more is the over the 52.5.
Yeah,
because I think both these teams are going to score some points.
The only reason is because Kansas City is letting teams stay with them this year, and they've won a lot of close games. But I think I take the points, and of course I'm going to do this, and they're going to absolutely kill the Raiders. But I mean, if you look at the Texans and some of these other teams have stayed right with the supposedly weaker teams have stayed right with Kansas City.
Yeah.
And Denver did last week, and Texans and some other teams. So I'm gonna go with the Raiders. I'll take the points.
He said, I'll take the points. Next game is the Tennessee Titans at the Jacksonville Jaguars. Oh, excuse me. Jaguars are 6.5-point favorites, minus 275 on the money line. The Titans are plus 225 on the money line. Over unders at 39.5. I like Jacksonville in this game. Tennessee just has so many injuries. They're playing like a third string quarterback.
What's the point spread on that
now? 6.5.
That's what I had to. I wasn't sure. I didn't know if it might have changed since they have with the third string quarterback or not.
I like the Jags at the minus 6.5. I think Jacksonville wins this game. And if you can get it under 7, I would take it. Once it gets to past 7, I think it might be a little high. But then on Sunday, you got the New York Jets at the Miami Dolphins. Dolphins are 3-point favorites at home, minus 172 on the money line. The Jets are plus 144 on the money line. Over-unders at 37.5. I started laughing because the Dolphins are favorites with a third string quarterback against the Jets, who at one time everybody thought was going to be a playoff team.
You just don't know about the Jets.
Oh, man.
Whether they're so up and down and the quarterback situation, you just don't know. But like you said, the Jets do have a pretty good defense and could give that Miami quarterback some problems. So it's hard to say.
Yeah. I think this is
I think that's a pick'em game. Really.
Yeah, it's close to a pick'em game to me. This is a game I'm not going to take as one of my best picks, but
I'm taking my parlay, and weird enough that I was talking about the Jets. I'll probably go with Miami with money line win.
All right. Next game is the Cleveland Browns at the Pittsburgh Steelers. Steelers are 2.5-point favorites, minus 142 on the money line. The Browns are plus 120 on the money line. Over unders at 40.5. This game to me is real close, almost a pick 'em as well. Because Deshaun Watson he started looking a little bit better that last game. What's that offense? Is that offense going to get going? The Steelers, they got a defense, and their offense at times looks better, but Pickett can also hasn't been real consistent yet. He's a rookie, so this is another one that's not going to be on one of my best picks, but I think I'll lean toward the Steelers at home.
Real quick, one thing I want to say about that Pittsburgh head coach, man. I tell you what, he's one heck of a head coach.
Never had a losing season.
And just, with the injuries and all the stuff he's put up with some of his players, Brown and what was the running back's name? Who won more money than Bell and all these guys' issues and stuff that.
Even Roethlisberger was a head case.
And he just produced a winning franchise, So
yeah.
One heck of a coach, one of the better coaches out there.
Well, if they win this game, he'll still not have a losing season because they finished 9-8. So
I hope he wins.
So I favor this. I like the Steelers in this game against the Browns at home in Pittsburgh. I think it'll be a low scoring game. Under the 40.5 could be in play. Then we have the Houston Texans at the Indianapolis Colts. Colts are 2.5-point favorites, minus 145 on the money line.
You're going to take the Colts, ain't you?
Probably. Texans are
away from that.
Texans are plus 126 on the money line. Over unders at 38. Two of the worst teams in the league.
I hope that quarterback.
I hope Bellinger comes out and play. It just sets it on fire.
5 touchdowns and 500 yards.
Because,
I hope he does.
Because I think he got the wrong end of the stick this year. If you put him in for 2 starts, you don't play him no more until the second half of the last game because Foles got hurt. Yeah. I hope they take the handcuffs off of him. Let him play. See what he can do. Yep. Throw the ball. It don't matter.
What's the worst that can happen?
Yeah. But I do like the Colts just because they're at home, but the Texans play the tough brand of ball. I mean, they're a scrappy team. I know they haven't won a whole lot of games, but they played a lot of some close games as well. It ain't like they just got blown out every game. Uh, last time the Colts and Texans played, it was a tie.
Yeah. They might have another tie.
Are we going to start the year with a tie and finish the year with a tie?
Yeah, maybe.
I bet that's never happened.
I think we should go place a bet on that.
Oh man! Then you have the Buccaneers at the Falcons. The Falcons are 4.5-point favorites, -198 on the money line. The Buccaneers are +156 on the money line. Over unders at 40.5.
Let me ask you a question on this. Tampa Bay is in the playoffs, correct? They're in. Do you play Brady the whole game?
I think the way they've talked, they're going to.
Man, with that offensive line, I don't know that I would. I think I might play him.
I don't know if I would or not, but
I think I'd play him.
The way they talk, they're going to. But that could change once you get in the game. Like if the first half you're getting killed or something, they might, you know what I mean? They might say, okay.
Or they could get way ahead.
Yeah.
If they got way ahead,
or something. But
3 touchdowns, they might, pull them.
But yeah, but the way Bowles and Brady, because Brady said he wouldn't feel right not playing.
Brady. Yeah, Brady wants to be out there. He wants to be out there every play. So.
But I like the Bucks at the as underdogs in this game, the +4.5. I think it's going to be a close game. If the Bucks do lose, I think it's going to be by maybe 3 points. Because you have Brady, they have trouble in the red zone, but they still move the ball.
They've got Atlanta's a favorite.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying with the Desmond Ridder at quarterback. I can't believe that. That's what I'm saying. I can't believe.
Are they thinking that Brady's not going to play the whole game? You think that's the reason why?
I don't know. Maybe, but all the reports I've heard talk like he's playing. That's what I'm saying. I like the Bucks at the +4.5. I couldn't believe that myself that they were underdogs. Panthers and Saints. Saints are 3.5-point favorites in this game. Over/unders at 41.5. I like the under the 41.5 in this game. I think the Panthers. I think Panthers might win this game as underdogs. Panthers have been playing pretty good football. I know they got beat by Tampa Bay last week, but it wasn't like they just got killed.
Well, they was ahead a big part of that game. I thought they was going to beat them. I really did. Tampa Bay had a nice comeback.
Then we get to the New England Patriots at the Buffalo Bills. Patriots need to win this game to get into the playoffs. Bills are 7-point favorites. I like the Bills at 7 points. I know it's been a crazy week for the Bills, but I think getting the news they got yesterday and today about their teammate, I think they're going to go into this game focused, and stuff like this can galvanize the team together. So I look for the Bills to come out and look good. So I like the Bills at the -7 against the New England Patriots.
I like the Bills. I don't know about the -7 because it's a big game for New England too. So.
Yep, I just don't think that
New England scored enough points.
Yeah, that's why I don't think New England's going to be able to score enough points to keep up with Josh Allen in that offense. But they might. I mean, hey, division game. You know what I mean? It's a division game. Like I said, there's been a lot going on, but I just think the Bills are going to come out on fire. I think they're going to come out, play hard, look good, playing for their teammate. And now that they know that it looks like he's going to be okay, you know what I mean? I think that frees their mind up a little bit as well. Because you can see a totally different attitude, like when Josh Allen was on there talking today from when he was on there talking a couple of days ago. Yeah. So I look for the Bills to come out looking good. Then you have the Vikings at the Bears. The Vikings are a weird team. They have a great record, won a lot of close games, but their run defense is terrible. But their offense can be explosive at times, but then there's other times it seems like they just can't do nothing. There ain't no – it's either they play good or they play terrible. There ain't like no middle ground. It don't seem like. Vikings are 5.5-point favorites, -245 on the money line. The Bears are +205 on the money line. Over-unders at 42.5. The Bears are starting Peterman, I think it is.
Yeah, they're starting Peterman. So I'd jump all over the Vikings.
Yeah, I like the Vikings in this game.
I didn't take that pick, but yeah, I would.
And then the next game is the Baltimore Ravens at the Cincinnati Bengals. The Bengals are 9.5-point favorites, minus 405 on the money line. Ravens are plus 320 on the money line. Over-unders at 39.5. I like the Bengals to win this game. Lamar Jackson's still out for the Ravens. Huntley's playing, but he's been banged up. I think and this is another team. I think the Bengals are going to come out and play pretty good. I know they had to deal with everything as well, so it's been a little bit of a crazy week for them. But I think with everybody knowing it looks like Hamlin's going to be okay, I think that kind of refocuses people on a little bit because now that they're not worried about life and death anymore. So I like the Bengals, but man, 9.5 points. I don't know, 9.5 points scare me a little bit.
Yeah, I'm staying away from it, even though Baltimore's having trouble putting up points. They're only averaging with Huntley only about 10, 11 points a game.
I think it's like 12 points a game.
So and I don't know, the Bengals I think can put up 24 points on them. So on Baltimore. So it'd probably be close. I'm gonna stay away from it.
Then you have the Giants at the Eagles. The Eagles are 14-point favorites, minus 1150 on the money line. The Giants are plus 730 on the money line. Over-unders at 43.5.
Giants setting everybody?
That's what it makes me think. It makes me think the Giants are setting some people to be that big of underdogs. They have to be setting people. Or maybe only playing people a half or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a game I'm staying away from. 14 points is too many. Rams and Seahawks. This is a game the Seahawks need to win, and then they need a Green Bay loss. They need Seahawks need to win the Green Bay loss for them to make it in the playoffs. And the Lions need to beat Green Bay, and need the Rams to win to get in the playoffs. Green Bay's the only one that controls their own destiny there in the NFC for that last wild card. But the Seahawks are 6-point favorites against the Rams. Over-unders at 41.5. I like the Seahawks in this game. The Rams, I know Baker came in that first game, played pretty good, but since then the Rams haven't. That offense hasn't looked great. I think Seahawks and Geno Smith will be able to put up some points on that Rams defense. Not saying they're going to score 20 or 30 or 25, 30 points, but I trust that Seahawks offense a little more than I do the Rams offense right now. So if I was going to make a pick on this game, I would take the Seahawks at the -6. Then we have the Chargers at the Broncos. This game don't mean anything playoff-wise. Chargers are locked in their spot. Broncos aren't getting in. The Broncos are 3-point favorites. That shows you that Chargers aren't going to play anybody, or not going to play a lot of their guys to be underdogs. That's a game I'm staying away from because of that. It's so hard to know what's going to happen when you got teams sitting out a lot of their better players. The Cardinals and the 49ers. 49ers are 14-point favorites over the Cardinals. I like the 49ers to win this game, but 14 points was a little too much for me. Then Sunday at 4:30, you have the Dallas Cowboys at the Washington Commanders. The Cowboys are 7-point favorites, minus 320 on the money line. The Commanders are plus 260 on the money line. Over-unders at 40.5. It's going to be interesting. The Commanders are starting a rookie quarterback, Hal, or actually, I don't think he's a rookie. I think they drafted him last year, but he hasn't played in a game in the NFL. So he'll be making his debut against the Cowboys team that potentially could still maybe win that division, depending on what happens with the Eagles game. I think Cowboys win this game. I like the Cowboys at the -7 because I don't know what to expect for Washington on offense at all. And even with the last few games, their offense hasn't looked good with Wentz or Heineke. I thought Heineke got benched a little too quick, in my opinion, but
I did too.
I mean, a lot of people think Rivera's out after this year, I think he's done a good job of getting there a year.
I think he'll get another year.
And then Sunday night, Detroit Lions at the Green Bay Packers. Packers win, they make the playoffs. Lions win, and Seattle loses. The Lions make the playoffs. The the Lions will know their fate before this game. A lot of people's made a big deal out of that, saying that the NFL's fixed and stuff because of it. Um, Packers are 4.5 point favorites at home. I like the Packers at the -4.5. Don't get me wrong, the Lions are capable of beating the Packers. It's to me the key to this game is going to be the Lions defense. Can that Lions defense stop Rodgers and that Green Bay offense? Because that's the Lions' kind of Achilles heel has been that their offense can put up points. I think they'll score some points, even though this Green Bay defense has been playing pretty good, playing a lot better the last 2 or 3 weeks since they went on this four game winning streak. I think the Packers at home. I just think with Aaron Rodgers, I think Packers are going to pick up a win and make the playoffs. And there's no Monday night game this week, so that's all the NFL games. Of course, Monday night you have the national championship for college football playoffs. TCU and Georgia. Georgia's a 12.5 point favorite. I think they opened up like at 13.5 or 14 point favorites. It's moved a little bit. I think it's going to be a good game. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I'd like to see TCU win, but I think Georgia's going to win the game. But I don't know if I'd take it at the plus 12.5 yet or not. I've been thinking about that, but we'll give out our official picks for that on Monday afternoon. But all right, it's all the NFL games. Did you have any other games besides that?
No, I just got NFL.
Okay.
I got a parlay for NFL. I'll go ahead and get my Saturday picks for the NFL. I've got I'm gonna take the Raiders at home plus 9.5 against Kansas City, and then I'm gonna take Jacksonville at home -6.5 against Tennessee. That's the Saturday one. And then on Sunday, I'm gonna take the Jets at the Dolphins. I'm gonna take the Dolphins money line win. I'm gonna take Arizona and San Fran over the 40.5, and I'm gonna take Carolina plus 3.5 at New Orleans.
All right. For my NFL picks on Saturday, I'm taking the Chiefs and Raiders over 52.5, and I'm taking the Jags at the -6.5. On Sunday in the NFL, I'm going with the Bills -7, the Vikings at the -5.5 against the Bears, Cowboys -7 against the Commanders, and I'm gonna go with the Green Bay Packers at the -4.5 for the NFL on Sunday. But before we do go, I'll go ahead and recap our other picks. NBA tonight, I like the Indiana Pacers on the money line against the Portland Trailblazers, the Brooklyn Nets money line against the New Orleans Pelicans, OKC Thunder money line over the Wizards, Phoenix Suns money line over the Heat, and then I like the Hornets and Bucks over 232. In college basketball, I like Ball State money line over Akron and Cornell -3.5 over Penn. And then the NFL on Saturday, Chiefs Raiders over 52.5. Tennessee and Jacksonville, I like Jacksonville at the -6.5. And then on Sunday, I like the Bills -7 against New England, Vikings -5.5 against the Bears, Cowboys -7 against the Commanders, and the Green Bay Packers -4.5 against the Detroit Lions. That's going to be my picks for today and for the weekend. Did you want to go through your picks real quick?
I'll go through them real quick. For tonight in my NBA parlay, I got the Clippers at the Minnesota Timberwolves. I'm going to take that under 224.5. I've got Cleveland plus 5.5 at Denver, and I've got Atlanta at the Lakers. I'll take the Lakers plus 2.5. My NHL parlay, I got the Nashville Predators at the Washington Capitals. I'll take the Capitals money line win. I've got the Florida Panthers money line win at the Detroit Red Wings, and I've got the New York Islanders money line win at the Calgary Flames. And my college basketball parlay for tonight, I got Western Michigan at Toledo. I'll take Toledo -16. I got Oakland at Northern Kentucky. I'll take Northern Kentucky -6.5. I got Princeton -11.5 at Columbia. And then on my NFL, again for Saturday, I've got I'll take Raiders plus 9.5 against Kansas City, and I'll take Jacksonville at home. My Sunday parlay is the Jets at the Dolphins. Dolphins money line win. Arizona and San Francisco over 40.5, and Carolina plus 3.5 at New Orleans.
All right. I want to thank everybody for joining us today. Please hit that subscribe button on YouTube at Gonzo Sports Room. Like and follow us on Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, all at Gonzo Sports Room. Social media is where I post everything about all of our shows. We do a Indianapolis Colts show, Horseshoe Talk. We do Easy Money, a sports betting show. We have Gonzo and the Judge Sports Talk. We have our GWR where we do a lot of pro wrestling. We'll be doing pro wrestling this Sunday, 4 p.m. Eastern. We'll be live streaming Summit Pro High Elevation. They have a great card, so come join us for that. You get to see all the matches. We do live commentary Sunday, 4 p.m. Eastern. We also have a baseball show at Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Eastern time. You can find all these shows on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, all at Gonzo Sports Room, and on the ASAP All Sports Network or ASAP All Sports All Plays Network on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, and follow them on social media as well. Hit that subscribe button on the ASAP YouTube page as well. We do the afternoon show that right before this show on ASAP. So we're usually live 3 or 4 times a day. So please hit that subscribe button. We greatly appreciate it. We will see you guys back Monday with another episode of Easy Money, a sports betting show. Hopefully we can do good with our picks this weekend. Everybody have a great weekend. Enjoy the football, and we'll see you guys on Monday.